A surprising shift in cultural pastimes has slowly begun to transform the way the fashion industry conducts its creative efforts and maintains a level of authority over consumers. Simply put, everyone's super into reading right now, and it's changing the fashion landscape. My name is Elizabeth Grace Coyne, a writer, editor, and journalist, reporting on the intersection of fashion, culture, technology, sustainability, and business. And in today's video, I'll be discussing the evident parallels between the new status symbol in popular culture, an affinity for books, reading, and intellectual discussion, and the pertinent changes this phenomenon has made to the fashion industry. I'll be breaking down the rising interest in reading and reading culture, and the way the societal shift is slowly trickling up to permeate the fashion industry at large, affecting the way brands advertise, how creative directors find inspiration, and the new lengths retailers will go in an effort to reach consumers. While reading is obviously not a new concept and certainly shouldn't be treated like a fast-moving trend, in the past year or so, there's been an indisputable rise in reading and books from all angles, including growing purchasing rates, online discussions, and celebrity endorsements. While many credit this growth to online subcultures gaining traction after the widespread adoption of Book Talk, or book-themed videos shared on TikTok's platform, I think it's less important to try and identify where this trend began to emerge and focus instead on the most prominent manifestation of the movement: celebrity book clubs. Now, the two book clubs I think are worth mentioning, especially for the purposes of today's video, are Kaia Gerber's Library Science and Dua Lipa's Service 95. Beginning with Library Science, Gerber founded it in 2020 alongside Alyssa Reeder, starting at first as a series of Instagram live streams that captured a conversation between Gerber and a surprise guest, usually a model, actress, or writer. With a growing community of followers and generally positive feedback from viewers, the pair officially built what is now known as the Library Science platform in March of 2024. In an Instagram post shared by Gerber following the platform's launch, the model described Library Science as a platform for sharing books, featuring new writers, hosting conversations with artists we admire, and continuing to build a community of people who are as excited about literature as I am. The book club, which announces a new written work every month and follows up the pick with a recorded discussion of the material with, again, a surprised guest, has gained an immense amount of popularity, with the club's official Instagram garnering over 78,000 followers in the few short months it's been officially running. Similarly, Lipa runs her personalized book club through her Service 95 editorial platform, a weekly lifestyle newsletter, podcast, website, and selection of socials founded by the pop star in 2021. According to the platform's own promotional materials, Service 95 is curated to feature curiosity about the world. Just as with Gerber's Library Science, the Service 95 book club features a monthly book pick and an online discussion from Lipa and either the author or a thematic special guest. As an avid reader myself, I came across many of these individual celebrity book clubs organically, finding them through digital channels, consuming promotional materials on celebrity Instagram accounts, and seeing them discussed by more niche-related book content creators. Now, while book clubs as a concept are not new, and not everyone will be inclined to follow suit just because a beautiful woman tells them to read Eve Babbitt's, celebrity-run book clubs, like the two I just mentioned, offer potential readers a few incentives to join in that are unique to this circumstance, such as widespread attention on a previously dying medium, conversation around prevalent topics affecting young people, and most importantly, especially to continue the narrative of this video, the promotion of reading as an extension of something that makes a person cool, fashionable, and chic. Taking notice of the once again popularized pastime, brands have begun slowly implementing reading, reading culture, and the aesthetics of the reader into their marketing techniques, influencing the ways in which they connect to their target consumer, gain inspiration for new fashions, and advertise upcoming collections. I've gathered a few examples from a range of brands to illustrate this point and examine the real-life execution of reading's popularity on the fashion industry. Firstly, I want to discuss the use of book-related events to spark consumer interest. In June of last year, Miu Miu offered individuals a summer-themed literary experience, giving away ice pops and copies of seminal texts from authors like Jane Austen and Silvia Alaramo from a number of book and magazine shops in selected cities worldwide. A touching tribute to female authors, an exciting and tactile experience for potential consumers, and a strategic way to align the brand with enlightenment, positivity, and inclusivity, all fueled by the concept of reading. On a more literal note, Prada recently dipped their toes into the concept of literary marketing with the publication of 10 Protagonists. Written by Otesha Moshfegh, the physically bound, limited edition publication featured a collection of short stories from the author and was illustrated with campaign images of actress Carey Mulligan modeling pieces from the brand's most recent collection. This tactile take on the release of the campaign imagery that typically accompanies a new collection is a literal representation of the popularity of books having a direct impact on the ways in which fashion is consumed by the masses. Not to mention the addition of Moshfegh on this project added a layer of authority to the stunt, as the author is not only objectively talented, but widely popular amongst young readers, after the sudden online media attention she got for her novel My Year of Rest and Relaxation launched her into the mainstream. The author is known for her quote-unquote gross use of language and descriptors, and is generally regarded by young readers as one of the literary industry's current it girls. Usage of her work, combined with Mulligan's star power, resulted in a majorly successful campaign for the brand, and an interesting fusion on the ferocious reader and the fashion enthusiast. Lastly, I wanted to mention the several literary influences beginning to take shape within J. Crew. In addition to the brand reviving its consumer-adored monthly catalog that went out of print in 2017, with a new iteration that features less product and more editorial content, J. Crew has begun to incorporate literary references into the physical production of its clothing products. From the brand's recent collaboration with The New Yorker on a selection of fashions adorned with the publication's iconicized logo, to creative director Olympia Gayat revealing on her Instagram that the most recent women's wear collection was inspired by books and aptly named Literary Salon, J. Crew has been one of the standout retailers heavily incorporating the rise of reading culture into its brand identity. Using the physicality of books to market products, along with the aesthetics typically associated with the bookish reader, the fashion industry has been able to capitalize off this new wave of book culture, pushed into popularity with the help of celebrity book clubs, with great success. Personally, I've really enjoyed this new collaborative take on media, further highlighting reading as something to be enjoyed and perpetuating the notion that the reader is someone to be admired for both their intellect and now stylish use of their time. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Elizabeth Grace Coyne, and I hope you enjoyed this video.